Something that's really pissed me off lately is how all these right-wing rednecks are using this tragedy in Connecticut as a stepping stone to promote their beliefs on the gun control laws. My Facebook newsfeed has been swamped with propaganda that shows just how stupid you have to be to believe that tragedies like in Connecticut could be prevented if somehow these gun control laws were left alone. Before I comment on this one, I should note that this image was presented by the National Organization of Gun Rights, an obviously biased organization. You're not really making a valid argument against gun control when your source is someone who makes money on the use of guns. That alone is enough for me not to take it seriously, but let's continue. Here we have a lady holding an assault rifle with call-outs attempting to mock the left's belief that these weapons are dangerous. First of all, it's an assault rifle. Of course it's dangerous. Who the hell needs this in their home? Are the American people so spooked by Fox News that they genuinely believe that Al-Qaeda is going to be knocking on their doorstep tomorrow? I understand the need to protect your home and your property and your family from thieves and trespassers, but Jesus, isn't a pistol enough? If you can't buy assault rifles, then neither can they. So, worst case scenario, the playing field would be leveled. You wouldn't have a guy showing up at your house with an assault rifle and all you have is a pistol in your home. No, you would both only have pistols because that would be the only weapon that either of you would be able to own. Secondly, if you owned one of these and kept it in a shiny gun case in your home, how the fuck is this going to prevent school shootings? It's not. Another school would tragically get shot up by some crazy motherfucker wielding an assault rifle because you had your panties all in a wad by the revelation that you couldn't own one. This is one of my favorites. Which of these will prevent another tragedy? All weapons prohibited on the premises. Or, staff heavily armed and trained. Any attempt to harm children will be met with deadly force. Answer? Neither fucking one! No firearms were allowed on the premises of the school, and yet the shooting still happened. Even if you armed every teacher to the point where they're the walking, talking equivalent of the Terminator, it's not going to stop some deranged lunatic from entering the school grounds discreetly and opening fire on children. Granted, the shooting might not last as long, but you still haven't prevented a tragedy. Convenience stores regularly post signs that say, surveillance cameras in use, or smile, you're on camera. Do these signs or the installation of these security measures prevent some dumbass from trying to rob the stores? No! The stores still get robbed in spite of the security measures. The signs don't make a damn bit of difference. Here's another keeper. This family, referring to the Obamas, gets this 24/7, meaning 24-hour protection from armed men with semi-automatic weapons, but they feel you don't need this, semi-automatic weapons, to protect yours, meaning your family. Okay, first of all, let's get one distinction very clear. The Obamas are in the White House. The head of household is the commander-in-chief, the President of the United States of America. His responsibility and his value to the country is a little higher than yours, fuckface. So it stands to reason why his family would need to be surrounded by men with semi-automatic weapons. If not to defend them from terrorists, it's to defend them from racist pricks like you who have not put it past yourselves to mention assassination of our president. As if that little bit of commentary wasn't enough to completely discredit this ridiculous piece of propaganda, I turn to a point that I made a moment ago. No civilian needs a weapon in their household like what's depicted here. If you need weapons like the president's armed guard uses, you don't live in the fucking United States. You live in some terrorist encampment somewhere. Or you live next door to some terrorist encampment. Fucking move if the neighborhood is that rough. And again, having weapons like this in your household is not going to prevent school shootings. Why not? Well, because the gun is at home and not at the school, for one. But more importantly, it's because idiots like you allowed semi-automatic weapons like this to be sold to anyone. So if some crazy ass fucking lunatic gets it in his head that he wants to go mow down some innocent school children, he need go no further than his local gun dealer. And it's all because you couldn't cope with the fact that you can't own one. I think I've made my point very clear. I support gun control laws for the same reason that I support age limits on alcohol. It may not stop everyone from buying it, but it damn sure will stop most. This is such a ridiculous paradox. Who the fuck do you expect to attack your household that you need an assault rifle to protect it? What fucking neighborhood do you live in? Don't you understand that if it's that hard for you to get your hands on a fucking firearm, it's that hard for anybody else to get their hands on one too? One other thing I'll mention is an analogy that some of these gun control opposers use to try to justify their point of view. It goes something like, we don't ban car sales to prevent drunk driving, so why would you ban gun sales to prevent shootings? Do I even need to explain how ridiculous this is? We don't ban car sales because they aren't classified as deadly weapons. The car only killed someone because the driver was under the influence of alcohol. The two are not even in the same category. You're comparing automobiles with objects that you and your government have agreed are deadly weapons. Automobiles are not weapons. When you're in the market for home security, you don't go visit your Ford dealership. Plus, we need cars. We don't need assault rifles and automatics. Some people feel that we should arm our teachers with weapons if somehow that will prevent school tragedies from happening. It's a safety risk to the children. What if some 6-year-old kid happens to walk by the teacher's desk when he or she is not looking and say, "Ooh, toy gun," picks it up and starts fucking shooting people? Someone else suggested hiring security personnel at the schools. Again, gun control laws or not, these would be certified personnel who can legally carry weapons on their person. So they can legally have firearms at the schools to prevent tragedies like this from happening. But my point is, gun control laws or not, these people would be allowed to own these weapons. You owning a fucking automatic isn't going to do anything to prevent school shootings. So please think about the families of those 20 innocent children the next time you want to use their deaths to promote your own political views. If it makes you feel safer, buy a fucking pistol. If you need more than a pistol in your home to feel safe, either you're too paranoid from watching Fox News or you live somewhere other than here in the United States.